we breastfeed and formula feed. Well, you breastfeed.
Where is your breast?
It's powder milk there.
Powder milk, oh, thick milk. Yeah. Come, Pepe. You too know Pepe. Yeah. Come, Pepe.
You're talking the things that you say, where they make you feel alright. And I catch a vibe anytime that I look in your face. Tell me why you look so fine, baby girl. I see you. Wanna ride you like a bicycle, and you they blow my mind from my mind let go. And I don't go lie, you light up my life. And when she tell me my love is your love, baby, she don't want the Gucci body Fendi, cause she give me butterflies in my belly. Ooh Lord, and when she tell me my love is your love, baby, if my wood is running, baby, she gon' save me, cause she give me butterflies in my belly. Ooh Lord, girl, your love is crazy, girl, your love is crazy. You amaze me, you amaze me. Other girls, them only really want to play me, but when I date with you, I realize love don't cost a dime. Love is crazy, you amaze me, you amaze me. All the other girls, they really want to play me, but when I date with you, love don't cost a dime. My baby, love don't cost a dime. My baby, love don't cost a dime.
It's done just you good. It's done just you, done just you. Just for the record. Just for the record. If they like the job.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the vlog today.
Yeah, I'm at the salon trying to get my hair done.
Please, when you're at the salon, you pay. So if you're not paying, you're not at the salon.
So I'm not paying.
Some premium home service.
So you're telling me I'm not paying? Hey, premium home service is good.
What are you paying? Yeah, exactly. Crickets. Crickets.
Oh god, I want to sleep. This is nice.
If you sleep,
Give me a head massage
you're
now.
sacked.
You give me a massage.
Alright guys, how's it going? It's Saturday today and we're getting his hair done.
Yeah.
Babies are nicely sleeping behind us in their cot. So we decided to take this opportunity to not only get his hair done and also just checking with you guys. And there's something we're talking about, or we've been talking about since the babies arrived. And
I think you kind of struggled with it.
Yeah, a little bit. And it's the issue of equality versus equity. So I know when I mentioned this to Amy, he was a bit like, equality, equity, what do you mean? So let me just explain, right? The way I explained it to him. Equality is like, it strives to be fair, and equity also strives to be fair. But sometimes what may seem fair may not necessarily be fair. For example, you have your two babies. One of them is very hungry. The other one is full or not as hungry. So you give each of them food at the same time, the same quantity. You're being equal, right? That's very equal. But is it fair? Not really. Because you have to wait for one of them who is to be very, very, very hungry before you feed them. Meanwhile, one of them is not even really hungry at all. So it's like, it's equal, but is it really fair? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the things that we've also been struggling with as parents.
Yeah.
Is fair? Is equal always fair? And from what we've seen, the answer is more likely than not, no.
Yeah. For me, I agree with what you just said, the statement you just made about like equality and equity, and I think it transcends more than just like the child rearing and stuff. But I would say that this is something that I didn't foresee. I don't think we foresaw it happening to us, because like until you give birth to twins,
We never thought about it really.
you won't know what it takes to, you know, like to raise them, take care of them. You don't know the intricacies and the complexities that come along with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I just thought about another example. Like,
Mhm.
you have a very rich man and you have a pauper, and you give each of them 100K.
equal.
It's equal. But one of them is going to need it for his basic needs. You can't even say fair, because that one is even a charitable. It's a charitable act, so you can't even say whether it's fair or not. Like, it's a charitable act, it's not your right or whatever. You know, but at the same time, yeah, it's just something worth talking and thinking about, because in the early part of parenting, we had issues around feeding.
Yeah.
That was the main problem,
Yeah.
around feeding.
Yeah.
When you have one very hungry baby and you have one that just wants to sleep, like, and then you're just like, well, he just ate or she just ate. Why is he gonna come? What?
Yeah.
Baby's hungry. If it was just one baby, nobody would ask,
Yeah.
oh, why are you hungry?
No basis of
You
comparison.
just be like, oh, you're hungry, eat.
Yeah.
Because it's two babies, you feel like, your brother, your sister has not been crying for food. Why are you crying for food?
Yeah.
But it doesn't work like that. They're two completely different individuals. Even if they were identical twins, I feel like the same thing would still apply, because they are two separate human beings.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I feel like what I was saying about how, like, we didn't realize that this would be an issue until it became an issue. Like, things we struggled with, because trying to balance out the fact that they are different, you know.
Yeah.
Naturally, humans, we have this, like, propensity to compare. We compare ourselves to other people. Oh, this is my you're not even twins. Oh, this is my classmate. We graduated at the same time. Why is he living large? Why am I struggling?
You know, large.
Yeah.
If I'm struggling, you have
we
no
grew up
right to live
together.
large.
You know, yeah, it's like comparison.
Oh,
like,
God.
so
Yeah.
sometimes it's not even about why is he living large. It's like, why am I not living?
Exactly.
Like,
Why am I not living
why am I
like
living
him?
large?
Something's wrong with
you
me.
know, something's wrong with me and stuff like that. Everyone has their own time. That's the difference.
And sometimes the reverse might even be the case. So,
How?
like, it might not even be a normal thing for somebody your age or your class to be balling.
But once you can see one
it's
example,
something that you want, you be like, I'm the problem. Not that, something unique, something special happened to this person.
yeah,
You don't feel like that. You just feel like, why the heck? Why you are not me? You know?
yeah. So, like, taking that also to, like, the twins, like, I found out that, like, for me, I just had that struggle to, like, always, like, comparing or feeling like they should be feeling the same way. They're babies, right? And
they feel how they feel, to be honest.
yeah, true. But, like, I just felt like, okay, if you just ate now, right? Two of you ate at the same time.
Raise up your head, please.
If two of you ate at the same time, why are you hungry before the other person? But actually, they have different metabolism. There are so many different things that play on in there, you know. So I feel like these are some things that in my mind I won't like to. I used to be like, and people on social media saying, congratulations, I tap and all these things,
Which is all well and good.
Yeah, all well and good. But I'm just like, you guys, if you know,
It's such a struggle.
there's also the struggle part. To be honest with you, I'm not going to come here and say, oh, every time it's all cute and cuddly, you know.
It's cute and cuddly a lot of times, but at the same time, there's a lot of struggle that comes with it as well.
Yeah, like.
And also, I watched one video, and that video has been following me in my mind, and it talks about how, like family dynamics when it comes to siblings, and how sometimes you have siblings that are so close, and you have siblings, they might even be twins, and they are like arch enemies, and you wonder why. And he just made a comment about, for example, let's say, a parent is praising the child. Oh, well done, you did so well. Oh, congratulations, I'm so proud of you. And the other child is just observing there. You're oblivious to the fact that this child is taking in everything you just said and hoping that you would say something nice about them, and you miss that opportunity because maybe you didn't know. And then they go on. What happens? They start resenting the child, not the parent. They start resenting the child.
It becomes a comparison
and
thing.
they start to feel like, oh, this boy thinks he's better than me, or maybe he is better than me. And, you just start to create some kind of enmity between the babies or the siblings that could have been avoided. So I feel like if you're going to praise a child or play with a child, like, for example, you're playing with your child and the child is laughing and giggling and you're not really paying attention to the fact that the other twin is there just looking at you, probably hoping that, oh, when is it going to be my turn, And those kind of things. You don't want to be the parent who ignores Like if
Yeah.
I'm playing with one of them and the other one is looking, I always try to include the two of them. It's difficult. Trust me, playing with two infants at the same time.
Yeah.
It's so like it's such a task. But I rather do that so that they both know that they're equally loved. And you know.
Yeah, and I remember like the grandparents were always saying to us that, oh, you have to make sure that they never
Never
grow
ever
up
feel like
to feel like you have
different,
preference, or you have a preference, you know. So if it was one child, also I used to say to her that it would be easy to focus all your energy on one child, you know, all your love, all your care, all your energy on that one child. But when there are two, you know, it's like, how do you judge how much time to spend with one versus with the other? You
that
know?
is such a good point.
So
babe.
like how, like what is it? What is fair or what is equitable? You know, in terms of like, okay, let's say one child likes to breastfeed, right, and the other child doesn't breastfeed.
Prime example.
Yeah, you know, like and you know, breastfeeding is a very good bonding mechanism for mother and daughter, or mother and son, mother and child.
Mother and child.
You know, so it's like the other child that doesn't like breastfeeding automatically has decided that they are going to miss out on the not
bonding
unknowingly
experience of breastfeeding.
they've opted out of that bonding experience, right? So how do you now balance it in compensating because you are the parent? So it's a lot of load on you as a parent, because I mean, if you would just breastfeed, I'll be cuddling you. Do you get what I mean?
We smile at each other.
Yeah, you know my warmth, you know my smell, you know you can
absolutely
your this synchronicity of heartbeat and all those things that they talk about, you know. But when a child doesn't like to breastfeed, it brings that complexity because so, and then when it's now a twin, so it means one person tends to be more close and bonded, you know. So it's stressful, you know. It's really stressful watching that dynamics play out. And then another example is like in our case, we breastfeed and formula feed. Well, you breastfeed.
Where is your breast?
It's powder milk there.
Powder milk, oh, thick milk.
So you breastfeed and you formula feed, right? The one that likes to, and people quote unquote is being said that breast milk is the best. Even the people that produce formula write it there.
Exactly.
Breast milk is the best for your child.
Yeah.
Right? But one child decides they don't want to breastfeed, right?
So that's pressure.
So that's pressure. That means you have to figure out a way to get that child breast milk, which is you have to pump, right? But the easiest thing would have been just latch on. But when you don't do that, you're giving the pressure of the parent has to wash bottle, wash pump, sterilize, do all the things they need to do to make sure that there's no contamination from the breast to your mouth. That puts pressure on the mother to pump. And now when they are two, and one likes to breastfeed and one likes to pump, right? So you put one child on the breast. That child has to suck to their full. Then you have to figure out how you can get enough production to be able to pump.
Bruh.
And provide for the one that doesn't like to
real.
stay on the breast. So when it's twins, it's like double the trouble, quote unquote. But we thank God that our babies have been good babies. Like some days we just like really say, she has had experience like raising her sister's kids, you know, and just generally being around children that are young. I've not really had that much experience. So sometimes I react in a way like, why is this one crying so much? She's like, crying so much? You've not seen babies that cry.
Our babies don't cry, babe.
Yeah,
like to
I
be
agree.
honest,
I
feel
agree
like
now.
our babies don't cry.
I agree now. You
They're
know.
so peaceful.
Yeah, they are.
They only just let you know they're hungry. They let you know they want to sleep. And once you've given them what they want, they're good. Like they don't just fuss for reasons that you're not be doing Pythagoras theorem, trying to figure out why you're crying. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was gonna say that this morning while I was in the shower and just thinking about like this journey, the image of the man and his wife and the donkey came to my head.
What image is that?
I'm gonna tell you now. So it's like there's a man and his wife, they're traveling. So him and his wife sit on the donkey and they're going. And bystanders are like, wicked people. They want to kill this donkey.
Okay, I understand.
So the man comes down and the man brings his wife down. He sits on the donkey. People are like, wicked man. He just sat on the donkey and now his wife is walking. Yeah, you know. So he comes down and he puts his wife on and he's walking. And people are like, what's wrong with this man? Does he not know that? Why is he sitting? Man, why is he walking? They have donkey. Why is it only the wife that's on the donkey? So the man just back up and said, okay, everybody come down from the car, from the donkey. People like, oh no, Mumu, you have donkey, you are walking. So it's like,
what do you do?
What the heck do you want, you know? So, and this goes to say, like, for example, my personal struggles with breastfeeding. I wasn't producing well. Why? Because I had one baby that will not suck. So it wasn't helping the production. And I wasn't really a fan of pumping because it was stressful washing the pump, the bottles, everything. Like, and I just wanted to have the time for myself and for my babies and not spend like hours in the day pumping breast milk, you know? So someone advised, my brother-in-law advised that, okay, put the baby that likes to suck breast milk directly from the breast, put him on the breast on demand, right? As you're giving the boy breast milk on demand so that the production can go up, they will say, what about this one? So that means for a whole week, she's not going to drink because she's drinking on demand. But then I'm like, wait, this is just a short-term thing for a long-term benefit. Okay, so I stop. And I'm not able to keep up with pumping. They're like, have you pumped? I'm like, what the heck? It's just so stressful. When I now say, okay, I'm not breastfeeding everybody, they'll be like, you can't do that too. You have to breastfeed. I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, this whole thing, I just wish we don't even start this whole breastfeeding sometime. I'll be like, we just cancel it from the beginning because I never knew it was going to be this stressful. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody feels like, oh, you are not doing a good job. You can do better. Oh, you can do this. Like, okay,
you know,
get that.
to be honest with you, like, I feel like I contributed to that stress and pressure on you, you know, but I didn't really understand and realize because in my mind, I'm looking out for the babies, right? But at the end of the day, nobody get breast, nobody they produce the breast, nobody they go through the stress, you know. But for me, where I am right now, I just said to you, like, the best thing is don't stress mother, because mother's already stressed taking care of her baby.
Honestly.
Don't add to the stress. So me, I just said whatever breast milk is available, they will take. If
But
it's
I
not
feel
available,
like
take
in the
formula.
same breath-
Formula is not poison anyway.
In the same breath, you also feel like, no breast milk. Are you going to pump? Like you don't want to put pressure on me by saying go and pump or you not be asking me, have you pumped? That are you pump alone? It's like go and pump do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just one kind. It's a struggle, and I'm really looking forward to leaving this whole breastfeeding phase of being a parent.
I'm telling you, like, I feel like marriage is like a pilgrim's journey. You climb one mountain and then you come down that mountain. Maybe that first mountain might be like getting to understand your temperament and yourselves and the way you see life and all those things. Then you get to the foot of another mountain. You are going somewhere. That place is still far. You know, you are climbing the second mountain. The second mountain might be maybe finances. But I feel like this mountain of like birth. Like there's so much joy around giving birth and celebrating the birth of a child or children. And we can't deny that, you know.
Yeah.
But along with that comes like its own challenges. Like everything that is good, everything that happens to you in life comes with its own challenges. Let's be fair. You get a new job. Yay, I'm so happy. More money, stuff.
You got to make friends with your colleagues.
Yeah, you got to manage your boss. Got to figure out transportation. Got to figure out like, you know, building capacity to make sure that you can deliver on the job. So many things, you know. And it's just part of life, you know. So same way with us, like when the babies came, we were so excited, so happy, and but little things started creeping up later on. And you know, sometimes I'll tell her like, I didn't know that with giving birth to twins, this unique challenge of it will come. There are different challenges that come with giving birth to a baby, but in particular, I feel like the one that was really like kept ready, head up, and we had to try to figure out around it. Sorry. So like the one that kept disturbing us, you know, over and over again, we kept stumbling on it. It was
The
feeding and just this equity and equality thing, you know. Like, you know, also naturally, the baby that gives you less stress, you bond with them more. And
well, let's just say that's what happened to us. I don't know if it happens to other twin parents.
Yeah.
People will now be telling you, you're always spending time with this baby. It's not good. You need to spend more time, and you just be feeling like crap as a parent. I held that in for so long. I wanted to finish my sentence.
Sorry. Bless you.
Yeah, it's a cold, rainy day today.
Just like I would say that you can never know what it is to be a parent until you become a parent, actually. You know. And you can never know what it is to raise twins until or unless you have like twin babies. You know.
People is awake.
It's good. So really, when I think about all these things that we've been through and all the like struggles of trying to balance equity, equality, and also balance like our feelings and attitudes towards the babies and each other, you know, I just feel like at the end of the day, what we desire is to be good parents. You know, we desire to be parents that would not scar our children or intentional about our children. You know, and I just think about like how Nigeria as a society, we have a collectivist society, a collectivist culture where
Collective struggle.
collective struggle too, but where like the community and the community is valued more than above the individual, and I think that is a good way to build like some certain level of responsibility towards people outside. But I think that we take it to an extreme sometimes.
No, we'd be doing the most, really.
Yeah, and also like in other parts of like in the West, we also have like an individualistic like culture, society, and also it leads to like, you know, craziness in terms of people will just be here. You have family, you've known from your family for 19 years. It's just crazy. Yeah.
And falling out with your family members that take years to reconcile. Like,
So it's like, and also people just prioritizing individualistic approach to life. You know, what you do, you want to do what you want to do, regardless of the impact it will have on your family or other people. You know, and I feel like that also like it also contributes to like the divorce what's it called, culture as well. You know, but that's on that.
You have to do that here, not there.
It's neither here nor there. You know, everybody has their own reasons for what they do.
Yeah.
But you know, like for me now, I started like braiding my hair when I moved to the Netherlands.
Joined bad gang when we came here.
Right.
And I'm the accomplice.
Yeah, but like when I think about it, sometimes I'll just say like, when you're in Nigeria, sometimes you actually don't know the reason why you do some things you do. You just do it because that is the norm.
Yeah.
That is
the
sometimes.
But then you quickly like shoved it out like.
Yeah, because you already know the culture, the community and the culture you're in. People will be like, what is this? What are you doing? You know, you can lose jobs. You can lose like some business contacts
that
just
is
because
so
of that.
True.
You know? But now things are getting better now, so let me not lie. You know, because Gen Z and
things are not getting better with the older generation.
Yeah, but the generation is moving and passing along now. It's the newer generation.
See, they're passing along.
No, yeah, they are.
Maybe they are dying.
Oh yeah.
But it's passing along. Did you want to say passing on so it doesn't sound so cruel? You're not saying passing along.
Well, some people are opening up their minds. Some people's minds are opening up and over. But like, what I would rather say is like, you know, this is like self-expression. You know, trying to like express yourself. Sometimes it's really, really difficult. You know, because it's like community is paramount. It's everything. You know, and when it's driven to that extreme, it's like you cannot be who you are. You cannot be yourself. All you have to do is look for what community accepts. That's who you can be, you know.
Yeah.
And having traveled to like some places, South Korea, meeting some people, and even in the Netherlands, I've seen how people that are young, they've been able to explore life in a very good way, in the sense that
I'm not in the shack them again.
Yeah, like I actually realized that not for everybody born in Nigeria. If your father has money, maybe your father is a $10 or something, you're good. You have the opportunity to be able to travel and learn about other cultures and all. Those are things that I began to really internalize and enjoy here, you know. And I really enjoy it and I really like it. I like to meet people. I attend like events.
It really does.
Yeah, I go to like fairs, engage people I met people from Curacao, people from the so many countries, islands, all those islands that are very like, you know,
people never
small,
had people
never had name, like, you know, and it's just nice to see their outlook on life, their perspectives, also see how their upbringing is so different from my own upbringing, you know.
Yeah.
And it makes me appreciate
variety is the spice of life.
Yeah, appreciate the variety of life, you know. there's a saying that I like to say, like, if you never leave your father's farm, you think your father's farm is the biggest in the world, you know. And sometimes in Nigeria we have that outlook where we feel like our culture is the best culture.
Yes.
And
They don't have home
everybody's
training.
culture, yeah.
They don't have I want lekko. No.
To be fair, I feel like that's actually one of the that's actually a prerequisite to like loving your culture, to believing that your culture is the best, but not at the expense of
that's not real love. That's just freaking narrow-mindedness.
Not at the expense of like being narrow-minded or rather not at the expense of being open to learn about other people's culture. Because I believe every culture has its good and bad, and you can take from it.
And like imagine, for example, in this country, you don't have to kneel down, obviously, to greet anybody, but that doesn't mean they're disrespectful. You see someone who's old enough to be your grandma and you call them by name. It's a cultural thing. It's not a thing about being rude. So, like for example, in Nigeria, when you talk to someone who's older than you, like maybe like your mom's mate or someone younger than your mom slightly, you call them auntie, uncle. But are they really your auntie? What's the definition of auntie? What's the definition of uncle? So for this culture, that's weird because like they're not my auntie or uncle though. You know what? That doesn't mean they're rude because they're different.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So these are things we just need to break free from as like Africans who have that mentality. I know a lot of people don't have that anymore, which is great.
Speaking about like that respect culture and all that stuff, right? Growing up in Nigeria, I believe so much that the West people are disrespectful there because of the stories we hear and how like they are depicted, you know. But when I came here, I told her that I was just watching the culture, trying to really understand, because I expected people to be rude, but I found out that they are so respectful, you know, of the elderly people. And in fact, to be honest with you, the government takes care of the elderly here. You know, in Nigeria, we claim so much to love and respect our elders, but we neglect them.
Yeah, and I think the whole reason for the respect that we have for other people is because we live in a kind of society where we need each other. I can't afford to be on your black book because I feel need you tomorrow and send me 102K or do you get what I mean? But in this place, I don't need you. I got my own, like, even if I'm earning minimum wage, I can afford to pay my bills, I can afford to get a house, I can afford to do whatever I want to do. I can even afford to go on vacation with my minimum wage. So please, why would they suck up because of urgent 2K? Like, there's nothing like urgent 2K. Do you get what I mean? So...
yeah, there's that too, you know. So it means that sometimes in Nigeria, we only respect people because of what we can gain from people, which is actually true.
Yes,
you know, we respect money over people.
That's the reason why a lot of rich people are rude, quote unquote. Like that's the
and there's nothing you can do about
stereotype. Like they're disrespectful because they don't need you. It's not the poor man that is so humble. You just
but that poor man not really humble.
You know, humble. You get what you want collect for your hand.
Make crayfish bend.
I tell you. I saw one video yesterday on Insta blog about two men that they saw on the street. Those people that carry camera all over the place. They're like two grown men. When they face each other and say. The guy told them that use your mouth to catch this money. Is it $1 or something? I'm like, so basically they're facing each other and he's gonna drop a dollar note in the middle of them and they have to come together with to catch it with their mouth. They now slowed it down in slow motion and see how the lips were rubbing. And I was like, this is so unfair. Like there has to be a special place in hell for people that do this because why would you take advantage of someone's condition? Because you're saying, oh, if they catch you, you're gonna give them that $1. You know the situation in the land. You know people are hungry.
How much is $1?
$1 is 1K, babe. You can use it to buy food, buy lunch. Do you get what I mean? So I just thought it was so unfair, and I just commented. I was like, God. I was like, when I also know, when don't use your condition, they catch cruise. It's so unfair. I didn't find it funny in any way, shape, or form. I just thought it was just so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because you have small money to dash somebody now, they must, turn to clown for you before you give them. Like, if you want to give someone 1K, give them 1K. Which one is all this rubbish and nonsense used to humiliate people so that you can say, oh, take your 1K for entertaining us? Like,
I actually believe that
it's wrong.
It's important for all of us as humans to actually travel to other countries, see other people, their different way of life, their different cultures, different value system, just so that you appreciate, either you can appreciate what you have or you can appreciate what they have that you can learn from, because sometimes we lack self-awareness. There are so many things that are bad in our community and society that we're not even aware of. Like I myself was not aware of until I came and I realized that, oh, this thing that is the norm for me is actually bad habit too. You know?
Well, that
It's
takes some kind
actually
of awareness
bad.
to be able to admit that.
One thing I used to do is I used to talk over people. You know, in Nigeria, we're very, very,
we used
very
to
like
fight about that when we just
opinionated, and we're very like, well, let me say everybody's opinionated, but Nigerians can be opinionated, and we're also
Loud.
very loud and bold. You know, so like
We
when you're talking, like you all say something, there's no really like it's normal for you to talk, like just say your mind, you know. So so like I used to have this thing where when she's saying something, I'll talk, and she says something, and something comes up in my mind, unknown, without even thinking about it, I'll just start talking, you know. And
because he just had a thought and he just has to
yeah,
share it.
you know, and I
But
didn't
it
mean any
takes a
disrespect.
lot of respect and like, you know, to just be like, okay, I have something I really want to say.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna respect you to finish what you're saying.
Exactly.
Because what you're saying is just
Exactly.
as important of what it is I want to say.
Exactly. Yeah, my mom used to have this book of etiquettes.
Okay.
So I actually took it and I was reading it. Old books, but like maybe the 80s, you know, and that's where I learned about the fact that the way they describe it as speaking to someone, dialogue is like a table of like a table of a game of ping pong, or table tennis. So you pass the ball to the person, you have to wait for the person to pass it back to you. You know, that's a good way to think about it. But knowing these things sometimes doesn't translate to you doing it because what you are used to is what you are used to. But I feel like traveling, meeting people from different cultures, different countries, really, really has benefited me. The way I see life, the way I see people, you know.
Oh, I just had a thought. Oh, sorry.
No, yeah,
I'm actually cutting you off right now.
No, I'm
I'm
actually
so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I had a thought just now about when you said a game of ping pong. And I remember when I was little, like when we just moved to the Netherlands, like I think I was like 11 or so. And I used to find it so difficult to hold conversation. Like I literally would answer what you ask me.
Just one question.
And that's it. Because like growing up, you have people say you are rude. If your elder asks you, how are you? And you say, I'm good, thank you. And you? They'll be like, Kilo Shele, you're asking me how am I? How can you be asking me how am I? I'm the one that will ask you how are you? Like, please, what kind of madness is this? Like, do you get, you won't even ask the person, but now I do it because to me, I don't care what you think, to me, I'm being caring by asking you how you're doing. If you find it as rude, that's a you problem.
It's actually crazy for you to say that for a child to ask you how are you.
It's rude.
It's rude.
Like it's some sickness that we're using
but
to say, oh, we have
actually
culture,
rude.
we have culture. We have a toxic culture. So growing up in that kind of environment and knowing
It
that
shuts your mouth.
it makes you just be quiet. So I don't offend. I don't want to step on toes. I don't want to have to do with conflict all the time. So I'm not exercising my ability to hold conversation, to develop my social skills and things like that. And it's doing us a real big disservice.
Yeah.
But I feel like the new generation, like we're doing a better job at that, and I love that for us. Listen to kids that are like 4 years old and they're holding conversation, asking you questions. Like my niece is 11 and I can talk to this girl for an hour or two before I'm like, oh wait, how old are you again? You're just 11. Like I talk to her like my friend. She's so relatable and we just get along, you know? And I think it's such a great thing to develop that thing. Because as a child, when you grow up, the more I feel like the more adult or older friends you have, the more chances you have of not missing road, so to speak. Because you can get advice, you can get counsel from people who have been there and done that. You know, and instead of making the younger generation repeat the same thing that you made, the same mistake that you made, all in the name of, I'm not your mate, I'm not your mate, everything, I'm not your mate. And they'll leave you alone and chill with their mates who also don't know road. You know? So let's just stop this nonsense of I'm not your mate, I'm not your mate.
Yeah, and something else I would say that also how that affects us as a community and culture is that I've noticed that when I came here and I see how people from other countries, from the West, even from Asia, like people are bold to speak, right? Like you're in a gathering, like you see you're in church, and you just call people, oh, who would like to say this? People take initiative, you know, they're able to stand up and talk because they didn't have the culture of being shut down. they didn't have the culture of being over scrutinized to the point where they're afraid to say anything or make a mistake.
Yeah.
Rather, they're embraced for trying, you know. So when they make it, so there's no fear of speaking, you know. I see how people are so confident and comfortable to speak, whereas like from the Nigerian side, sometimes a bit you struggle with that. You struggle with the boldness to speak, you know, sometimes, or share. You keep to yourself, you know, like they ask a question, it's like they're trying to climb a mountain just to open your mouth and speak, you know. Yeah, so I think basically that's something that I realized that our culture also propagates unknowingly. What's the time? It may be time for them to eat too. It's very, very important and key, like, to, you know, take care of our children and the younger ones and encourage them to take initiative. You know, don't see them as being, if they're being outspoken, you know, there's this thing they say, you're doing ITK or abebe lube, you're like ombe, you know, like you're forward.
You're too forward,
you know, like let's not kill let's not kill the initiative of our children. Let's not kill the confidence of our children, all because of trying to be
to boost your own ego.
Yeah, or also trying to make them conform to what the community and society has said is the way to live. Because sometimes society in Nigeria can evolve, but also it can be toxic.
What I'm saying is that societies usually evolve, but we just want to be having the same, you know, things that we always do, even when it's not really productive.
Yeah, true that. So yeah, like for me, like thankfully I try to be a bit like reflect, you know, and see some things that I can pick up from cultures and pick up from things. And these are things I'm picking up and I'm like, God help me, my kids will be able to, you know, grow up in a better atmosphere, you know, than we had in Nigeria generally, you know. So yeah, I think something that we should, as parents, as a generation of people, we should be aware of, so that we don't pass on the trauma.
Pass on nonsense, so
to the next generation.
Yeah.
Let it die in our generation, you know. Yeah, another thing is also how we hide behind religion, you know, to propagate our culture. So in Nigeria, the religion is actually infiltrated with culture, you know.
This subject, babe. This is my trigger.
Yeah.
This is my trigger.
Yeah, I know, right? Your Christianity as a person, you know, should be all round, you know. But you see in church, like many times, Christianity is put under the umbrella of culture, in the sense that you can't even like call out what someone is doing, a leader is doing that is bad.
Because they're older than you.
Because they're older than you.
And
Or even do you get what I mean? Or your pastor, just a sycophant, you know. But actually, we're called to be people of truth. You know, if something is wrong and something is done that is a lie, you see people they die on the line, on the mountain of defense, defending a corrupt pastor, or die on the line of defending a corrupt system. You know in your heart that this person is stealing money. You know in your heart that the message this person is preaching is actually not godly. But culture says respect your elders. Culture says respect the people that have money or people that are in position of power, you know. And so we keep just going on in self-deceit. But yeah, to be continued.
Alright. We've had a couple of breaks in transmission, having to feed the babies. Now they're awake. And yeah, this hair, I don't know, I'm still going to loosen some of them because I'm not satisfied. Usually I would like to blow dry the hair straight, use a proper comb to line the rolls, and also use like a braiding jam. But all those three things are missing and I'm just not satisfied with the way it's looking. So it is what it is. It is what it is. We manage like that until we get all these things. I can't find my comb, my rat tail comb. So
enjoy the sounds of
tune into the sound of songs of Fehila.
And I do.
It's even quiet. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video so far. It's longer than our usual. Oh my gosh, can you hear us about these babies? If you can't, sorry, not sorry. But thank you guys for watching. We look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below. And I'm going to get my boy to subscribe. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.